This is the other Anchar. We have the Dakar Rally. This is a quartz movement. This is a chronograph movement.
This is the 6S30.
Yeah, the 6S30 from Miota also.
Yep, and you know, I got to say, I don't know if I stress enough, Skip, when we've had watches with the 6S30. This is an amazing movement in this watch. I can't pretend it's like the Soap Rod, but it is still a beautifully done movement. It has the sweep action on the second hand, so it looks like you've got a mechanical in there. Yeah. It has the split-second chronograph. Just with the great, just look at that. Look at the action on that, and look at. I love the split-second chronograph on there. This is a very expensive movement, actually. Wing will tell you. It's funny when I showed Wing, you know, that, Wing Lang, that we had this movement. He's like, "Wow, man, that's not a cheap movement."
No.
By the way, since I brought up Wing, I'm going to take 2 seconds to throw out there. I'm going to try to mention this every time I'm on the air between now and the launch. But Wing Lang and I have actually come out with a new brand together. We are partnering on a new brand of Russian and military-inspired timepieces. It's called Zavtra, which means tomorrow in Russian. And, of course, we will be bringing the brand here to Shop NBC.
Can't wait.
And I'm super excited about that. Follow us on Facebook. We actually started a page, Zavtra Watches. That's Z-A-V-T-R-A. We have prototypes. They look fantastic.
Nice.
And just wanted to mention that, and I appreciate all the positive words I've gotten from everybody about it so far.
By the way, this is new. We have not brought out this.
No, this is brand new.
Yep.
This is from the Dakar Rally series. Now, just to be clear, because I'm one for what's the word I'm looking for? Overstating, divulging. I don't know what I can't.
I was going to say over promotion.
No. Well, yeah, you could say that about the sellouts tonight. That's for sure. Yeah. No, I'm overly cautious about making sure that I don't want somebody to think I'm being deceptive or something. This is a part of the Dakar Rally series.
Yes.
But the watch that the driver actually wore on the Dakar Rally was the one with the automatic movement earlier.
This is a quartz chronograph.
This is a quartz chronograph. We're calling this a part of the series because it's the same case. Everything else is the same. It's the same strap. It's the same everything else. The white strap watch was specifically designed for him, for the race. But if you want the one that's more, you know, exactly like the one he wore on the race, that's the automatic. But if you want to get the chronograph for the features that come with a chronograph, this has everything else that other watch has. It's just this is giving you the chronograph functions as opposed to an automatic mechanical. It has the tritium tubes. It's got, I think this is a 200 meter actually on this one, which is still a very serious dive watch.
Well, it's still a dive watch. Yeah.
Absolutely, at 200 meters. You're getting all 3 straps just like you did on the other one. It comes with the white silicone. It will come on the white silicone. In fact, I physically put those white silicone straps on myself because they came on the black and I had to change them over. So I sat in my little office screwing those white straps in all by myself. So and it will come with that. It will come with the leather with the contrast stitching and the black silicone. I threw in the black silicone at no extra cost. I can't imagine you not liking this on the white, but if you think the white is a little bright or it's not for you, you've got the black silicone as an option.
I want the black.
You want the black?
Oh, yeah.
See, I like the white.
I know you and Tim like the white. I like the black.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
I actually like the black leather myself. But no, I would wear it, if I had my choice of the white or black, I would wear it with the black silicone. Well, just me.
Hey, no, and you know what? That's why I put all 3 in there.
So can you switch that back out for me? I'm kidding. Okay. Let me show you.
Sure, right after
it does have, see, this is the look I like. I've got an old, I'll tell you, remember the Zemex?
Yeah, oh, yeah, absolutely.
I have one of those from like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Mine's all black on black. I just like the black. And
I understand, and that's why I put all 3 in there.
Thank you for doing that. And then let me show you the black leather real quickly.
Which is really nice with the matching contrast stitching.
See that? So you have your choice of 3, all interchangeable with the tools, with the box.
Right.
And all for $494.87. 6 value pays of $82.48. But there is something about chronographs, something about subdials that people like.
Well, first of all, it's extremely functional. I mean, you know, this is something that I find myself using a chronograph for different things all the time. It's amazing how often it comes up that you need to measure elapsed time. I think that, you know, it creates a more interesting dial. And according to Igor, now I haven't done any research and I have nothing to contradict what he said. Right now, the 6S30 is the largest subdials of any chronograph movement being built. And they did that purposely. Obviously, we know big watches have, I mean, they've gotten bigger and bigger every year. I mean, I remember when the Seiko Monster was called a big watch, and that looks tiny now compared, you know. And this watch is at 48 millimeters, you know. Miyota built the 6S30 specifically to have a watch that would look better on the dial of a big watch, because a lot of times you'll see these big watches and they'll have the more traditional chronograph movements, and the subdials kind of get lost in the dial because they were built for much smaller watches. This one specifically is designed for big dial watches, and you can see that in the impact of how this sits on
Isn't
the
the
dial.
Rocket
the Rocket's got a
same
6S30.
Yeah, same thing. The subdials are a little bit larger. They take up more real estate. They're not small. I've got my my Valjoux here. The radio is completely sold out.
No
See,
surprise.
look how small those dials are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just, they look beautiful on that watch.
Yeah. But it's a little bit smaller.
But when you're getting into a watch with a dial that's on a 48, 49, 50 millimeter watch, they start to look like they're just kind of sitting there in the center of the dial, and they're kind of
squinting, trying to find out the time.
Right. This is specifically, and you can see, I mean, look at that. That's a wrist shot from, you know, you're not quite up on the watch. You can really see the subdials pop off of that. And I'm so glad they did that. Now, you can't argue with me here, Skip. I know you like the black on black, but you can't argue with how cool that looks with the white subdials.
The white subdials, I agree. No, I like the white subdials.
That looks really cool.
No, there's something about dark subdials on a dark dial, for me, that I'd rather have light subdials on a dark dial.
To me, if it's going to have the subdials, you know, celebrate
see
it.
them.
Yeah, celebrate it.
Yeah, exactly. So this one, definitely, I mean, what better contrast than black and white?
Right.
And there's that white strap, the white silicone strap, the black silicone strap, the black leather strap with the red contrast stitching, and the box. This is a shatterproof, shockproof, waterproof box that you can carry your watches in, and the tools come with it as well. All this for under $500. That is an anniversary price that is only good for today, Wednesday, 12/12/12.
That's right. Tritium tube technology, so you get your constant illumination. So that's the MB Microtech tubes in this with the tritium tube technology, so that it activates the loom. You do not have to activate the loom in the sun or with any kind of light. You can put this in your drawer, close the drawer. You get up the next morning, you take the watch out. It's going to have the same luminosity that it did the night before. It's this hand assembly in Vilnius, Lithuania, 100% custom construction, top to bottom, and that fantastically built 6S30 movement in this. It is an amazing movement with the sweep capabilities. It actually has some mechanical parts in the watch to give it that sweep of, and even with a normal battery, because this movement is so efficient, you can get up to 4 years on the battery. You want me to open that for you?
Yeah, how do you open it?
It's just really stiff.
Oh, okay. Well, it's waterproof. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, the box on this, they do a test on this box. They drop it from 3 meters 30 times, and then test the water resistance again to make sure. So
this is all. See what you need to know right here. This is rubber. This gasket is rubber.
Right.
There's a little raised ridge right down here, so when the two come together, watertight seal.
Absolutely. This is not. I mean, there are dry boxes and there are dry boxes. This one truly is a diver's dry box. This isn't just for show.
Yeah.
This isn't just a nice plastic box. When you get this, just the box alone, I mean, you can feel the weight, the caliber of the heavy gauge of the plastic. Yeah, oh, absolutely, you could. So, I mean, the whole presentation, everything you're getting with the Anchar, whether it's this one or any of the others we presented tonight, it's just a superb timepiece.
Can you see that hour hand? I don't know if you can see that chevron, that big arrow. There's tritium tubes on the hands as well. See those tubes? Those are tritium tubes. The same, they're called Triga tubes or
Trigolite.
Trigolites, yes.
Trigolite. Here, I've got.
Oh, you have some?
Yeah, I've got an actual tube on a hand that we can get a close-up on.
Do this. Put it right here on this black, and we'll be able to see it. There it is. Now
So
this is the hour hand.
Yeah, from a different model, but it doesn't matter. You'll get the idea. This is the actual tube There you
See
go.
it there?
That's the glass tube. Now what they do, MB Microtech has the license for the smallest tubes built in the world. And why they perfected this technology to make them very, very small so they could be small and light enough to fit on the hands of a watch.
Yeah.
You know, you can only put so much weight on those pinions and still have the hands function properly. What am I missing?
Nothing. I just want to see. I didn't think that's so cool.
Oh, I think they're fit. I love that. I mean, Igor started doing the tritium with his watches about, so they're all
sold
gone.
out. Everything's
so
gone.
we don't have a single one left. All right.
Craig, it was great talking to you, buddy.
It's been nice, Skip. I really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing
we
you.
had another 20 minutes talk time in our next hour for that watch.
Well, you know what? I'm not surprised. That watch is. People have been waiting for it. It's. We will have it again. I can't say exactly when, but we will have it again.
So the question arises, why didn't you bring more?
Because this was all I could get for now.
Really?
This one, you got to remember, we are one of 32 distributors worldwide for Vostok Europe. Vostok Europe is a worldwide brand. The distributors have been clamoring for this watch ever since they saw the prototypes in Basel. We got the most we could get, and we're hoping to get more between now and the end of the year. But I think more, realistically, the earliest you would see it again will be January, and those were maybe not before.
3,000 limited, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what to say? What